Good evening. Welcome to Election Night 2020. Tonight we have Kristen Gillibrand, the senator from the great state of New York that replaced Hillary Clinton when she ran for the presidency of the United States, versus the incumbent president, Donald Trump. It is now time for the 7 p.m. poll closings. Out of the state of Vermont, Kristen Gillibrand will carry their 3 electoral votes. Out of the state of South Carolina, Donald Trump will carry their 9 electoral votes. Out of the state of Indiana, Vice President Mike Pence's home state, their 11 electoral votes will go to President Trump. Out of the state of Kentucky, 8 electoral votes will go to President Trump. And out of the state of Virginia, there are no precincts reporting, but we have our current estimate based off exit polls, with Kristen Gillibrand ahead at 52% to Donald Trump's 44%. And out of the state of Georgia, it is too close to call. Kristen Gillibrand is behind Donald Trump by 2%. And on the current electoral map, Donald Trump leads with 28 electoral votes to Kristen Gillibrand's 3. It is now time for the 7:30 p.m. poll closings. West Virginia, Ohio, and North Carolina. Out of the state of West Virginia, Donald Trump will carry their 5 electoral votes. Out of the state of Ohio, a Trump state from 2016 is too close to call. Currently, only Democratic precincts are reporting, which is why Kristen Gillibrand is ahead by around 34%, 18 electoral votes. Out of the state of North Carolina, it is too close to call. Donald Trump has a 6% lead, with 1% of precincts reporting 15 electoral votes. And on the current electoral map, Kristen Gillibrand is still behind President Trump with 3 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 33. It is now time for the 8 p.m. poll closings. All the states on the left, their polls have closed. Out of the state of New Hampshire, Kristen Gillibrand is the projected winner with their 4 electoral votes. Another important state, out of the state of Maine, all 4 of their electoral votes are now projected to go to Kristen Gillibrand. Out of the state of Illinois, 20 electoral votes will go to Kristen Gillibrand. She will also pick up Maryland's 10 electoral votes in the most liberal state in the Union. Out of the state of Connecticut, 7 electoral votes will go to Kristen Gillibrand. Delaware, 3 electoral votes, another win for Gillibrand. Out of the state of Rhode Island, 4 electoral votes with 44% of precincts reporting Kristen Gillibrand the projected winner. Out of the state of Massachusetts, Kristen Gillibrand will carry their 11 electoral votes. Out of the state of New Jersey, 14 electoral votes will go to Kristen Gillibrand. Out of the District of Columbia, the most liberal part of the United States, 3 electoral votes will go to Kristen Gillibrand. Now Donald Trump will carry Mississippi's 6 electoral votes. Out of the state of Alabama, 9 electoral votes will go to President Trump. No surprise, out of the volunteer state, Tennessee will go to President Trump, 11 electoral votes. Out of the state of Missouri, 10 electoral votes will go to President Trump. Out of the state of Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes will go to Donald Trump. Out of the state of Pennsylvania, it is too close to call. Kristen Gillibrand is in a lead of 8%. Out of the state of Florida, it is too close to call with 70% reporting. Kristen Gillibrand is ahead by 4%. And on the current electoral map, Kristen Gillibrand now taking the lead with 83 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 76. It is now time for the 8:30 p.m. poll closings, and we have one state call. Out of the state of Arkansas, Donald Trump will carry their 6 electoral votes in a decisive victory. Now to the state of Virginia, an important swing state that lands back in the Democratic column this year. 4 election seasons in a row, 13 electoral votes with 50% of precincts reporting. Kristen Gillibrand the projected winner. And on the current electoral map, Kristen Gillibrand maintains her lead with 96 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 82. It is now 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and all the states in yellow, their polls have closed. Out of the state of Texas, a huge win for the Trump campaign. 38 electoral votes will land in his column tonight. Kansas, 6 electoral votes will also land with Donald Trump. Out of the state of North Dakota, 3 electoral votes will go to President Trump, and so does South Dakota, with another 3 electoral votes that will go to President Trump. Out of the state of Nebraska, all 5 of their electoral votes are now projected to go to President Trump. Out of the state of Wyoming, 3 electoral votes will go to President Trump. Now out of the state of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes will go to President Trump by a smaller margin than in 2016. And out of the state of New York, Kristen Gillibrand's home state, 88% of precincts reporting their 29 electoral votes will go to Kristen Gillibrand, and she will also carry New Mexico's 5 electoral votes in the decisive victory. Out of the state of Minnesota, a very close state in 2016, now a poll closing call for Kristen Gillibrand, 10 electoral votes. Out of the state of Colorado, 9 electoral votes will go to Kristen Gillibrand in the decisive victory. Out of the state of Michigan, a flip from 2016, a Trump state that went for him by around 11,000 votes. 16 electoral votes will land in the Kristen Gillibrand column tonight. And out of the state of Wisconsin, it is too close to call. Kristen Gillibrand leads by 3%. Out of the state of Arizona, Donald Trump is leading by 10% with their 11 electoral votes at stake. And on the current electoral map, Gillibrand maintains her lead with 165 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 146. It is now 10 p.m. Eastern Time and we have poll closings from the states of Montana, Iowa, Utah, and Nevada. Out of the state of Montana, Donald Trump is the projected winner with 3 electoral votes. Out of the state of Utah, 6 electoral votes will go to President Trump. Now out of the state of Iowa, it is too close to call, a heavy Trump state from 2016, nearing double digits in margins back then. Kristen Gillibrand behind by 4%. Out of the state of Nevada, Kristen Gillibrand is ahead of President Trump by 2%, 6 electoral votes at stake. Now on the current electoral map, Donald Trump expanding his margin. However, Kristen Gillibrand still maintains her lead with 165 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 157. It is now 11 p.m. Eastern Time and we have poll closings from the states of California, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, and Hawaii. Out of the state of Idaho, Donald Trump will carry their 4 electoral votes. Out of the state of California, Kristen Gillibrand is the projected winner of their 55 electoral votes. Out of the state of Washington, 12 electoral votes will go to Kristen Gillibrand. Out of the state of Oregon, 7 electoral votes will go to Kristen Gillibrand. Out of the state of Hawaii, Kristen Gillibrand will carry their 4 electoral votes. And out of the state of Nevada, 6 electoral votes, a call from the 10 p.m. poll closing call. Kristen Gillibrand, the projected winner. Now out of the state of Ohio, Donald Trump will carry their 18 electoral votes in a decisive victory. Remember, no Republican has won the White House without the state of Ohio. Out of the state of Iowa, 6 electoral votes will go to President Trump in a decisive victory. And on the current electoral map, Kristen Gillibrand nearing the 270 needed at 249 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 185. We can now make state calls at 11:50 p.m. Eastern Time out of the states of Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and Wisconsin. Out of the state of Wisconsin, Kristen Gillibrand is the projected winner of their 10 electoral votes, a flip from 2016. Bad news for the Trump campaign. Now good news for the Trump campaign. Donald Trump will carry the state of North Carolina. He's the apparent winner of their 15 electoral votes. He will also carry Florida's 29 electoral votes. He is also the apparent winner with 99% reporting, a margin of around 100,000 votes. And out of the state of Georgia, 16 electoral votes will land in the Trump column again after 2016's upset margins between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. He will retain the state in 2020. And on the current electoral map, Donald Trump covering a lot of ground here, boosting himself up from around 180 to 245, making him 25 electoral votes away from being re-elected, while Kristen Gillibrand is ahead at 259 electoral votes. We can now make calls at the 1 a.m. poll closings from the state of Alaska. Out of the state of Alaska, their 3 electoral votes will go to President Trump in a victory for him. Now out of the state of Arizona, a state call, 11 electoral votes will go to President Trump with 94% reporting, and it is now an exact electoral tie between the two candidates, Gillibrand at 259 and Donald Trump at 259 as well. We can now make a call in the presidential race. Stand by for a call from the state of Pennsylvania. Out of the state of Pennsylvania, Kristen Gillibrand is a projected winner with 95% reporting. She will carry their 20 electoral votes in a decisive victory, and she will become the next president of the United States. As you can see, she has surpassed the 270 needed to win, while Donald Trump is behind at 259. His pathway to being re-elected has now been cut off by Gillibrand's victory in Pennsylvania, and Kristen Gillibrand will be the first female president of the United States, with 99% of precincts reporting nationwide. Kristen Gillibrand will be elected the 46th president of the United States. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you want to contact me personally, follow my Twitter at LTE Updates and you can vote on polls there. Patreon is patreon.com/LTE, standing for Let's Talk Elections. Upcoming, I have viewer suggestions. This was a viewer suggested video. Comment Notification Squad if you're early to my video. And if you want to see my previous videos, click on the left to watch my most recent election night, click in the center to subscribe, and watch my most popular election night of Donald Trump versus Bernie Sanders on the right. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.